Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. I think we had another great week in week 3. I really liked the discussion that we had about the inverted pyramid. It's a really kind of controversial topic to say the least. You know, it is very formulaic. I know students hate writing it, but as we've talked about on the discussion board, and I made a few extra comments if you want to go and check back, it's a great foundation. You know, I think Nick brought up that, students don't really like writing it, and I agree. But if you can show them how the inverted pyramid is the foundation for the stories they do want to write, the long features and the investigative news, show them how important it is to get like a nut graph up there high in their stories, then they'll be more interested. And then they'll start to see people really connecting more with their stories rather than just reading them. I think I mentioned this on the discussion board, but I always challenge students, find that favorite magazine journalism piece that they've done, or even a piece on 60 Minutes, or in Dateline that they really enjoyed, and look for the nut graph. And typically within the first few paragraphs or the first minute or so of the story, they'll find it. You have to have something that tells the audience this is why this story is important. I didn't have many other comments about last week. I thought we covered it pretty well. And again, if you have questions, you can email me. Before I get into this week, there's a couple of things that I want to mention. First off, the schedule says that your rough draft for your final project is due this Wednesday. That's just in 2 days. What I'm going to do, though, that schedule was designed when I thought we'd have more people in the class. Since we only have 4 people in the class, and I can probably work through your rough drafts pretty quickly, I'm going to have your rough draft due on Friday, sometime during the day on Friday. So I guess the ultimate deadline will be midnight Friday. I'll read them through all on Saturday morning and get them back to you over the weekend. That also gives you the weekend and, all day next Monday to do the peer reviews. What I want, and I'll put this all on Blackboard when it's ready and I'll send you an announcement, but I just want you to download someone else's rough draft, read it through, answer a few questions about it to give them feedback. It's helpful to them in their final project, but also helpful to you. We're teachers here. We're trying to learn how to teach other students to do this. And so I think, give you a little practice on doing that with each other. One other change with the final projects that we can do because of the small class, and I think will give you a little bit better exposure to the internet. I'll do a screen capture of this at the end of this video, but I'm actually going to have you post your stories on a website that I've created rather than on Blackboard. I know we've had some troubles. I know Amber actually got some good stuff on her blog post this week, some good images and some video embeds to work. The only other thing that I want to mention is a little bit on today's PowerPoint, or this week's lecture. I spend most of my time talking about social media. I think as one of the things that attracts people to this class is how to integrate new media into their existing publications, and I hope I answer that pretty well. I spend a lot of time talking about Twitter. I don't talk about Facebook a lot because I find that most high schools have blocked it. I've told participants in this class before who are thinking about starting a website for their project, to start it on Facebook. And there's a bunch of really good examples of for-profit news organizations that only have Facebook. It's hard to do, though, if your school is banning access to Facebook. One of the reasons why I'm introducing you to this WordPress site that I've created is that's a real simple option, too. Using a free platform like WordPress or Blogspot to create a publication, a website for your student publication is effective. If you have a little bit of a budget, it's easier and you get more flexibility if you can host the publication yourself. Go to a site like GoDaddy or DreamHost, buy some hosting space, and then they have a button that's one-click install to put WordPress on your site. By doing that, rather than going through WordPress, you can install more widgets, you can install different themes, things that will make your site look less like a free WordPress site and more like something you've created on your own. And I'll address that in a little bit more next week. But this week, get a chance, go through the lecture, play with it. Definitely add me as follow me on Twitter, send me a tweet so we can kind of, see how that works out. I know some of you have some experience with it before, but hopefully the lecture adds some new information. I tried to link to a lot of different sites, some videos that I've made, speaking with people who are, pushing the envelope of what social media can do. So I hope that helps. Other than that, I'll get to the screenshot, but I look forward to your blog post this week. And again, rough drafts we're going to make due Friday. I'll get them back to you sometime over the weekend, and then on Monday by the end of the day, you'll have to do your peer review for somebody else's project. And again, I don't think that's something that will take too long. Something that you can do within a day. If you can, if you're busy on Monday, let me know and I can extend that deadline as well. All right, thanks again. We'll talk to you soon. All right, this is the website that I created. As you can see here, it's a summer 2010 project. I'll probably go ahead and update it so it doesn't reflect that. But the first thing I want you to do is visit it. Here's the link, hanskmeyer.com. That's my personal website. And then OU Online. And scroll down here to the bottom to register. Okay, that'll set up your username and it'll allow you to set your own password. I could add you myself, but it's just easier this way because then you'll know your own password. Okay, once you've done that, and I'll go ahead and log in now. Once you log in, it'll take you here to the dashboard. What you want to do is click on Posts and then add a new post. Now within the post, you can, this is where you type your information, upload your story. Just like Blackboard, you can add photos and movies and things quite easily. To insert a photo, you would click here on this Add an Image button. And like I mentioned with Blackboard, there's two ways you can do it. You can upload it from your computer or add it from a URL. Okay, I will add it actually from my computer real quick. This is a icon I created. I Phineas and Ferb'd myself. So now with WordPress too, it's important that you make sure you add a caption, okay? Because when we insert into the post, WordPress actually has software built in, as you can see right here, that it puts the caption right underneath it. So that's the easiest way to do photos. The easiest way to do videos is again kind of the same thing, or other embeddable scripts. The only trick is you have to go over here and you see there's two tabs. There's visual. This is the what you see is what you get. So whatever I type, that's what it's going to look like. If I want to add a link, I can just click on that. Add a link, and then it shows up as a link. Okay. But then if we go into the HTML tab, then you'll see actually that it has all of this HTML code in it. Okay, instead of a link, it's A, which is an anchor. href is the reference that it goes out to. There's the buddy icon. Here's information about the image. Okay, so if you have a video from YouTube that you're going to upload, we'll click here on the Share tab again. Click on the Embed button, and then we'll grab this code. We got to make sure that we're on the HTML tab before we paste it. There we go. So there's our video, the photo that we added, and the text and the link. All right, really simple. That's why I really like WordPress.